Moms, when did your son's girlfriend finally show her TRU colors? It happened the night my roommate and I were celebrating my new job. It was finally the role that would let me move out and start fresh. I thought we were both happy about, but I was wrong. At some point during the night, she slipped something into my drink. The next thing I remember, I woke up zip-tied to a kitchen chair. My entire body was frozen, totally paralyzed. All I could see was the eerie glow from my laptop screen, and her sitting in front of it, typing like she was on a mission. I squinted at the stack of papers next to her. My heart dropped when I realized it was all my personal info, bank details, credit card statements, even my social security card. She looked up and smiled coldly. Finally awake, I was wondering when you'd come around. I wanted to scream, but I couldn't. I just sat there, panicking. She spun the laptop around to show me a loan application, all filled out with my information. She read out my credit score in this bitter tone and said, "While you were busy building perfect credit with your part-time job and your parents' help, I was wrecking mine, trying to keep my family afloat. And now you get my dream job too. How is that fair?" She even pulled up her own rejected application and showed it to me like some kind of twisted proof. Then she leaned in and said, "But here's the best part about stealing someone's identity. I get a fresh start. By the time you untie yourself and call anyone, I'll be long gone. And you'll spend years trying to clean up the mess." And honestly, she wasn't wrong. Even if I managed to prove the fraud, it would still ruin my chances at future jobs. Nobody hires someone whose financials are in shambles. I felt sick. Then she clicked submit on the loan form, wondering why I'm telling you all this. She said, "Because I want you to know, this isn't random. This is justice." The screen blinked as an approval email came in 15,000. She didn't waste a second. Opened a new browser, autofilled another loan form. While she typed, I started working my right hand against the zip tie. It was cutting into my skin, but eventually I felt a tiny bit of give. My wrist was burning, but I kept at it. I finally got one hand loose. She kept talking. "You know what's funny? I actually liked you at first. Thought we'd be best friends, struggling side by side. But then I watched you win while I lost everything. Now, all I want is to take something from you." She turned her head at the exact moment I freed my feet. Her eyes widened. "You sneaky little rat," she hissed and lunged at me. I kicked the laptop off the table and made a run for the door. She grabbed my arm, but I tore away and ran into the hallway screaming for help. My neighbor came out and saw her coming after me. He called 911 right away. She stopped, pulled a hoodie over her head, threw on a mask, and walked out of the apartment, completely calm with all of my documents under her arm. Cops arrived about 30 minutes later and started going through the place. They found her laptop, her browser history, printed loan forms, and even withdrawal receipts. But by the time I called the banks and credit bureaus, it was too late. She had already withdrawn nearly 100 loans and 6 different lenders gone. She disappeared, left me drowning in debt, and no way to explain any of it. But the worst part wasn't the money. It wasn't the ruined credit. It was her. We were close. Like actual friends. We shared dinners, laughed at the same dumb shows, even cried together watching sad movies. She didn't just rob my finances. She stole my trust in people. And that kind of damage, you don't bounce back from it. Sure, my credit is slowly getting better, but what she really broke up was deeper than numbers.